right, let's talk about Africa. You know, coronavirus is going on in Africa. As we now already see the number of cases where Africa don't get. Now, as of today, April 22nd, we don't get about 26,677 cases. And the death toll is 1,244. The one that we don't recover is 7,322. And as we now already see at the bottom of the left side and the right side of the screen, the different countries with it and don't get, and Sierra Leone. As of today, we get about 61 cases. So far, no death yet. Now, since yesterday to today, Sierra Leone actually, gets about 23 more cases since yesterday and today. Okay? Yeah. Sierra Leone is 61 cases. That is 11 cases more reported. And that make it extremely dangerous, right? When a country like Sierra Leone gets this kind of cases, you know what's in the happen? People then begin for, remember 2015, the time for Ebola, right? I don't know. But 26,000 cases. Yeah, that's a lot of cases for Africa, a lot, right? But when you look at actually the places where they get the highest cases, places like Egypt, South Africa, Morocco, Algeria, Cameroon, Ghana. No, those are the countries that get the highest cases in Africa. Egypt gets about 3,659 cases, and South Africa was the first one. It being get more cases than any other country in Africa. Now Egypt don't overtake them. Now Egypt don't get 3,659 cases, while South Africa gets 3,635 cases. Morocco gets 3,446 cases, and Algeria 2,910 cases. And you did see exactly, well, when you look at these countries and you look at the death toll, you go find out saying, even though Egypt gets more confirmed cases, but the death rates, Algeria gets more people die of this coronavirus than Egypt. Algeria gets 2,910 cases, and then gets about 402 deaths so far. While Egypt gets 3,659 cases, then gets 276 deaths. And it's scary, right? I am very much scared when you look at Sierra Leone and looking at the poor condition of the health system of the country, and you begin to wonder what else the government get for do in order for make they're able prevent a disaster in the country, second disaster, because the first one was the Ebola. Now a second outbreak. I don't say the government don't institute another 2 weeks, stay within your own district. So what that mean? No more to cannot they left in your own district for go to another district. So every district should be the same. Should stay where they are for now for 2 weeks, and that's another good tactics because that will able to isolate two side the cases than they. And so far it seems like they get more cases in Freetown so far, the western area, than the other parts of the country. So 2 weeks, the problem there is, especially in Freetown, the capital city of Sierra Leone, if this district level, quarantine continues, Freetown will be, short of a lot of food, especially like we local food, like cassava and pepper and other stuff. Then we then depend, then commodities and they then come out from upline for Kana, the city. And at the same time, probably the countryside will get some problem again with in terms of the staple food like rice, because unfortunately, even though we get one of the best, agricultural land in the world, we still the imports we own staple food we in rice, and probably this one go able. Oh, hold on. I don't know. Maybe people then go on for. Hold on. Let me just make sure. Okay. So sorry, guys. I've not been a CEO now, but the countryside will get some. All right. So you see, the countryside will get this shortage of rice. Like I said, even though we get one of the best land for agriculture in the country, but you go surprised for no say majority of food we get with the import from outside, unfortunately. So right now the 2 weeks lockdown now by district level, I think it's supposed for done by next week's Wednesday, I think so. Now in the 2 weeks lockdown, they done. And now a very good tactics that one day. Now a very good tactics that one day because it go able to isolate the outside the cases then they. So then case then they not go able to transfer from one district to another. So it's easier for make you able for contain that disease day within a district, if that is the case. So, like I said, it is very, very scary when a country like Sierra Leone don't begin get 61 cases. Just about 2 weeks. Now we get 61 cases. And to be honest with you now, it's still gonna go up. That was something where everybody knows it's going to continue to go up. Then cases then they get for go up. The good news so far is because of the fact that we're not able to get any death from the coronavirus. Forget about what there in our social media for say we don't get one fatality. That was a wrong information. I'm showing you the live data, the entire Africa. Now the live data down there, when see so. As at the bottom of our screen, when I see the countries, how each country, how many cases they don't get. I not show the death because it's not necessary, right? I just give now a total of the death rates in Africa, which is about 1,244 people that don't die in Africa, and most of them actually within North Africa and South Africa. And Nigeria gets about 873 cases, and then get about 28 deaths. Ghana, now we on side, try for Ghana, West Africa. Ghana gets about 1,154 cases, but they only get about 9 deaths so far. Cameroon get 1,163 cases, and they only get about 43 deaths so far. So now we go to we own neighbors them, with Liberia and Guinea. Guinea actually gets now it's 761 cases, then don't get 6 deaths. 761 cases, then get 6 deaths. Now let we go to Liberia. Let's see where Liberia falls right now. Okay, Liberia then gets 101 cases, but then gets 8 deaths. So Sierra Leone is still in the minimal zone, but it's scary, right? You know, it's scary. So the government need for double the efforts. So the government need for double the efforts so then we're able to contain this disease. So far, most of the cases are coming from, majority of the cases are coming from the western area. And like you see, Sierra Leone now gets 61 cases. So I don't know how then go able for extend the lockdown after these 2 weeks. If we still continue, probably after the 2 weeks, then we're able to go sit down and say, okay, now we don't know exactly which side this epicenter there. So let we focus on that epicenter there for relieve other people there a little bit. Then able to for cut off that epicenter. Like if now western area now like Freetown, then we make sure say people are not going to travel, you know, for going upline until probably then we'll get then they lock down Freetown for another 2 weeks and see how that they work again. But until we start to see cases all over the country, we still get you know, some kind of solace the way the thing they go. My concern is when we cases then begin pop up all over other districts them, then at the time that one you want to say trouble don't come in the country. But for now, it's very, very simple, right? We know say concentration of Freetown, western area. And hopefully it will stay that way there. We'll get for you know, praise the government at least since this coronavirus so far we don't happen. 61 cases at this particular time. I think no matter what you think of Madabi, I think it do a little bit of efforts. No matter what's the circumstances, the government they try. We don't say Salon not get the ability for stop coronavirus by in your own self. You know, so it is a collective effort. The people need to work with the government. It's very, very important. At this particular time, when the cases are still low, yes, it's scary. 61 is very, very scary, right? But it's still too low. We need for talk to we, you know, we brothers and sisters. For say, forget about politics at this particular time. Politics, let we put her aside because just like the Ebola 5 years ago, when Ebola came, a lot of people at that time they were so many political, you know, statements. The way the opposition, you know, talk say, oh, na Anescoroma, na the APC, na then go import Ebola. So then they tell other parts of the country say, na lie, the Ebola na lie, then can't kill this section of the country or so thing. So many misinformation. So we learn a lesson from there. We don't learn a lesson from there. So at this time, it is very, very, very important for that we all tell we brothers and sisters back home for say, hey, this not a time for politics. You know, not a time for politics. The health system of the country is very, very poor. You're not going able for sustain this type of disease. It causes a lot of you know, problems. So work with the government. If the government says stay home, stay home. You know, I know it's very, very hard. Because when you look at the system, the poor condition of the people in the country, some people, they are now a day to day, now so then they survive. Very, very, very terrible, right? In the morning, he grab. If na plazas, he go buy like 2, 3 bundle of plazas. He go sell that plazas day. He get small, small profit. Now that profit day, he take, he go buy food for in family for can cook. So now a day to day, living condition people then they. But at the same time, we then an abnormal, world today. The way the condition day, it is very, very abnormal. So and I get full confidence the people of Sierra Leone then go able to go through all these problems we all get so. As we all know, some of we now almost a month now within our house, because government no need for tell me say stay home. Government no dey control me life, So therefore, my life is better than anything else in the world. And that's not so I want for them, we brothers and sisters back home, they also get for take this. Their own life is better than any political, gimmick or games or activities with them and they engage in. So we get for understand this, and we waiting at the diaspora also get for because we actually get a lot of influence na salon. We all know that. We get a lot of influence na salon. So if you get influence to your brother get influence to him party get influence to other party. So when you tell your brother, say, okay, now this I want for make you able to protect yourself, that your brother they go able to talk to him party still and say, hey, that's all me brother na America, my brother na Europe, or anywhere in the diaspora. So you tell me, so when I get for be careful too. So then you see now so then they disseminate messages. So the influence where we all get na salon, let we use at this time for the betterment of the country. Okay? It will be more useful right now for use the influence than every time within a social media bombard each other, curse each other, tell people other political parties them how they're not better, how this tell the government say the government not better. I think there is a time for make we come back and try for point out to the ineptitude of the government, the misgivings of the government. There is enough time for it. But as a society, as a nation, a time like this, we all get for band together. We all get for come together and say, you know what, Mr. President or government, we are willing to work with you. We are willing to, to help you for make you able to make the country go able, go through all these calamities where they go in the country. These are some of the things where they watch me, and the person where they watch me after this live broadcast supposed to tell your brothers and sisters in the country. This is what we're supposed to do as Sierra Leoneans. So I hope this will serve as a unified front, at least for we all. Politics don't divide we so much that people so much, addicted with politics and social media so much that then they forget the thing where they unite we together, where they bring we together. Most of the time we forget about those things. We only focus on something where they tear away apart, something where, they destroy the ability for make we able to unify and move the country go before. And it's bad, right? It's very bad. It's really, really bad. So, but as I say, that's not my message today. But again, make we all understand. See, now we all understand, see, cases are going up in Africa. Sudan today alone, they get about 23 cases. That is, where they're able for, confirm, new confirmed cases today. Sudan alone are 23 cases. And right now, today actually is, what? The 23rd. So within the last 24 hours, Sudan don't reported, and I think this is Northern Sudan, not to Southern Sudan, because we get to Sudan now, right? We always say the country be don't divide, divided. Southern Sudan be don't gain independence. This one, Northern Sudan, yeah. And let me take a look at Southern Sudan. Southern Sudan, they only get 4 cases so far. Sao Tome, before, they not been get anything. Now they get 4 cases. So right now, about a week ago, when I start for broadcast, the countries where not been get no case at that time, Sao Tome, Comoro Island, and I think another country. I forgot the name of the country. But now, every country now don't get cases now, Africa. Every country. Even though some of them then just start like the Western Sahara gets 6 cases, So that's not the problems we get. But again, I want to emphasize, Guinea, Liberia, we surround we, they need to do a better job. They are not doing enough, definitely. Guinea and Liberia are not doing enough. This now a collective responsibility now, how them call them, a zonal efforts. Now we own zone, Guinea, Liberia, Sierra Leone, any, outbreak will happen in one country, be rest assured, it's gonna affect the other countries. So when one country is not doing enough for make the able, stop the outbreak, then no matter what Sierra Leone do, it's very, very extremely difficult. Because there is no way where Sierra Leone will able, lock the entire country, for a very long time. No. And besides, look at Guinea. You go to places like Kono area now, Ghana, Kabbalah area, those areas are very, very porous, right? People, the villages, then they go in and out of the country. So you're not able for, say, you get for deploy that them villages, then they all are demanding for make you totally lock the country. It's almost extremely impossible, right? So we need for, the 3 countries that they need for actually get some kind of a trilateral meeting, how they all get for coordinate for work together for stamp this coronavirus. They get for do it. You go able for control within your own country. But because of the migration, system is very, very poor. Migration control system is very, very poor. You go understand, say, no matter how you try for control the disease internally, the external forces also, they contribute towards the cases. So we got a long way to go. But again, because I see now social media today say we don't get one fatality in a salon. That was not true. That is totally not true. There is no fatality yet in Sierra Leone as of today. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. It will likely happen. But as of today, there is no fatality in Sierra Leone yet. But the cases are going up. This disease is really, really scary. The cases are going up. And at the same time, yeah, now this country, let we also not forget, you know, let we not forget who safe. Let we know say we also get the responsibility for protect ourselves and protect our family, okay? And we just pray to God for may God continue for guide we and protect we from this you know dangerous disease where they go around. Scary. It's very, very scary. You know. So I think now that one day may get so far for informal now. Sierra Leone gets 61 cases, no fatality. Forget about waiting people then they go and talk. I don't see people that then they go snap, coughing. Then see the fatality, now the person who died in coughing that one day. That's not true. Our responsibility is not only to hold the government accountable for their own ineptitude, for their own misgiving. Our responsibility is also to hold ourselves accountable too for what we report, especially on social media. When people then they go and dig for bad, news for the country, it's very, very terrible. This is not a thing where you get for a point finger to one side. Both sides are doing the same thing. Remember when the APC party been in the power, so many misinformation been flow around. Same thing today where SLP been in the power. The only difference between then and today, now social media is well vast. Villagers they're able to get information now. The first part of Anes by Koroma, yes, social media was available, but not to bring everybody in the country to get information. But now everybody have access to every information where they flow on social media, right? Some people they name Facebook as now they see, because they broadcast on Facebook, so they see people their way they watch me. And some people then WhatsApp, some people then other platforms them. It's just too much, right? So let's continue to correct some of the misinformation where they go around, at the same time try to educate. We correct, we educate. I think now the responsibility of the patriots at this particular time. This time. The patriots at this time, somebody they do in level best for not only try for avoid misinformation, where they cause confusion in the minds of a lot of brothers and sisters, especially back home. I don't see that coffin picture. I did over 200 groups there. I don't see that picture, they don't go now. So many groups there. So you see how misinformation they work out in today's technological age. The same picture I don't see over 40, 50 times. Some groups are not even it take weeks are not even open them. So these are some of the things we all need for those as patriots. For saying me that patriots, not to the talk way they talk. That's what they talk way they talk. Now, what do you do? Especially in times of crisis like this. Now, what is your responsibility? How are you responsible? How mature you come to social media and say something. So let me also give una, the global statistics. The global statistics as of now, we get about 2,637,673 cases as of today. 6,637,673 cases. The deaths so far is 84,217 cases. And the people that were able to recover from the disease will get about 717,625. Now, let me use my phone and try for say something quick. Well, before I do that, let me continue quickly and see the other statistics. Okay. The active cases worldwide, active cases. Now, 1,735,831 active cases. And out of the 1,735,831 active cases, the one that will get mild symptoms, people that will get mild symptoms, then symptoms are not so severe, about 1,679,157, which is about 97%. And the 3% that then get serious cases, okay, which is 56,674. Okay, that is 3%. The cases the way they don't close. Now, 901,842. 901,842 cases where they don't close. Okay. Now the cases the way they don't close. This is including the people that way, maybe die, and the one that way don't recover. So when you look at the two, the one that way recover, as I already don't tell now, is about 717,625. The one that we don't die in about 184,217. Now, in you the 901,842 closed cases. Now, you see, then cases then gets good data statistics where we as ordinary people we will also look at and try for figure out the trajectory and the severity of this disease and the danger where this disease poses to people around the world, Africa included. Now, look at this. 97% of the confirmed cases have mild symptoms. When they say mild symptoms, some people are not even know they get the disease, right? Sometimes na small headache, small cough, and maybe mild fever, symptoms where they make you actually begin to breathe like your lungs are exploding, 97%. When you look at that statistics, you go say, well, that's good, right? Yeah, it's good. But it's also dangerous. The danger here is, this means a lot of people, they transmit this disease with them kind of condition here, mild condition. A lot of them people, they transmit this disease without knowing that. So, if they feel symptoms at all, we then say asymptomatic, no symptoms at all, or at least mild symptoms, You go out on the streets, go and bump with people them, they breathe so heavy, they cough, all them things, and when they talk, they speak, you spit, sometimes the water they come out, all them things, and they transmit this disease unknowingly. That's not the danger part, you know. So, it's very, very dangerous. The disease is very, very dangerous, to be honest with you now. There is no way we should have got that kind of statistics. It's very, very dangerous. And in Africa, at least, we are still too low compared to other parts of the world. But the problem here is Africa will not get health system. That's not the biggest problem. If America right now, they struggle for contain this disease, some of the best health system in the world, and they struggle for contain this disease. Think about that. Then you compare that to Africa. Places like Sierra Leone, Liberia, Guinea, Nigeria, Cameroon, Algeria, Morocco, South Africa, all those type of things. You find out that if this is actually, get a root in Africa, that is going to be a disaster, a big disaster. And when you take a look at that, then like what I've been telling you before, you take into consideration also what we call predators them. People them way they take advantage of chaos. This is something that we all know is always the case. You get predators, then people the way they take advantage of the situation and say, "Oh, you know what? There is chaos there. That's the time for go make money." It's going to be very, very tragic, right? It's going to be very tragic. But we continue for not only pray. At the same time, we continue for protect ourselves. Prayer, it's very, very great, but prayer alone is not enough in this situation. Your prayers, including your effort also to protect yourself, and that will yield good results for we all. And another reminder, we know say a lot of people when are Muslims think tomorrow by Friday the Ramadan they start. Unfortunately, this month Ramadan is not going to be things as usual like it usually happens, especially in Sierra Leone. We know when we've been there as alone, we'll be young and see how Ramadan, when they say Ramadan time, everybody they go gather in a mosque like there, Basharia Mosque, na Bombay, in Usa we all been they go pray, all them things, and it was very, very great, right? Fortunately, that is no longer the case here. It's no longer the case. Now everybody they pray in your house. So do you when Sierra Leonean we get a family member in a salon, tell and say let no go to mosque. This Ramadan month here, make you no go to mosque. And probably the government already don't ban all gatherings. So mosque is part of the ban. So hopefully. But say with people then are religious people them. Very, very religious people them. So something like this now, it's tragic for them. Very, very tragic. So what you get for do? Tell your brother or your sister, your auntie, your mama, your daddy, say, Mama, daddy, sister, do you not go to mosque? Pray na your house. God is listening. God is listening to your prayer. Any side where you do you pray, God is listening to your prayer. So that's the situation. All right. Let's continue to do the best we will get for do as a Sierra Leonean there. Okay. Very, very important. And for we the American, Europe, and other diaspora countries, them. So we have a lot to do. Just we don't lost a lot of people them. See, I'm talking about Sierra Leoneans them. Now American, in fact, we don't lost a lot of Sierra Leoneans in American. Just about 3 days ago, we lost one of we best friends. We for the Mansari. A lot of now they see the picture. It was shocking, right? From this coronavirus. So let's continue to pray to God and do what we're supposed to, we're able to do. Yes, I'm not saying when die don't come, it don't come, but you yourself, not say, okay, everything. Because one of the problems with Africans then get, we so believe in God so much that sometimes we become, negligence of we own safety. Okay? Do your level best. Protect yourself. Not say, die, not go, not get, and when the time don't reach, don't. Not true. But you also have responsibility for you, for protecting, because God will make you. You know what he do? He give you 5 senses, right? Out of them 5 senses, then he not give you for make you go put them at the back of your aid. No, he give you for make you use them. And you know, say, if they say this is a bad thing, don't do it, right? So these are some of the good thing about the 5 senses. You know. So these are the things. Hey, Bashiru, how they do? You know, these are some of the things where 5 senses, the way God give we, especially the sense of reasoning, right? Very, very important. We know, say, God give you and for make you take care of yourself. You know, they expect God for come up the way down, up, side for make it come, for make it can help you. No. God know they work that way, you know. So take care of yourself. Now God not make everything, but at the same time, you also get responsibility. All right. All right, Bashir, hold on. I will put you in. Hold on, Bashir. I will bring you calm. So these are some of the things we talk about. All right. Let me bring the. So these are some of the things when we did talk. When we did talk, that's some of the things we they watch. Yeah, Bashiru, welcome. Una way they watch, una way they listen at the radio, you know, it's very, very important. You know, fast money don't come. No go na mosque. Una no go get that. God says, not they forgive una if una do that. You know, they protect una. You know, we get for tell una the truth. Because una rely on we for tell una the truth more. We within the diaspora. No go to mosque. No matter how sometimes you see them, but this not for you benefits. No go to mosque. Pray na your house. Okay? Pray na your house. Yes, Bashir. What's your comments? I know say well you don't hear about the 61 cases where we don't reach today, so it's very, very scary, right?
Scary, but it's all expected.
Yeah.
If we deal with reality, you look at the trajectory of almost every how these numbers have been adding up.
Yeah.
If you look at them, it's made. I had a conversation with somebody, think about a week, close, maybe 6-7 days ago, the day we didn't get to take like 11 cases or so. And I tell her, from now on, start looking at the cases. It's very one case here or there. What you are because you have localized infection. the people then back from so this possibly travel. Yeah, this so now the infection has been there within people where they not travel go any side. People where they inside salon they to get to that rate. Even in America, if you remember, we're talking about who that don't travel from, who that travel from Iran, all these different.
So you see, if you remember about a week or two ago, where we discussed about 11 cases, right? All of a sudden now it's 61. So like you say, it was expected because there's no country on the earth where immune to this disease. Not just a matter of time. But the good news here is most of the cases are actually localized within the western area so far. So that is good.
Yeah, I'm glad you used okay, because it's me experience, and this is personal experience. It's a very insidious disease. It is a disease that gives you false hope, right? Because you only know, right, about it. So that said, with limited testing, salon, very suspected people are getting tested. It's not a mass test for the population.
So right now, the NEPA 2 weeks zone, they call it district lockdown. So every district stays, no transportation from one district to another. That's also now a good tactics for making them able to localize and isolate outside the disease. Then we're able to know, say, okay, now you have the disease there, so then we're able for fetter and they without going all over the country.
About this is a disease that is really, really different, right? This is Ebola. If you get infected, you're gonna actually start getting sick, and when you get sick, that's when you start for transport. That's
you're going in the house. Yeah, hello? Yeah, you go in and out. I don't know.
Oh, okay. You hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Okay. This is Ebola. Ebola, if you get Ebola, people are going to see it.
Yeah. Visible.
That a lot of people can have it and not show any symptoms. I will tell you, like week, there Friday to Monday tested about close to 30 walk, and after that time, it's like no symptoms. They get tested because maybe their roommates get symptoms, so they get tested. When you see the results that are coming, you see the people who are coming positive. Everything you hear about the symptoms, right? They're not sick, they're not, and some of them are actually older, but they're not showing any symptoms at that point, but they're positive. Maybe if you go lock down your district, then stop the disease. What distancing themselves. Stay here and go to it for produce a lot of local mass and start, which will prevent, which will be done.
So I think
Then
that's
somebody
now one
pass it
now
to
one
what's the next person.
yeah, now a good point. I know say we get a lot of tailor now that place the tailor them way they able
Yes.
to them mask here because them imported mask here they're very expensive when
They're
you
very
look at
expensive and it will take time.
yeah. So
You
I
know,
think
and we get a
say
lot of cotton materials then. They take enough some kind of a protection. It's not the healthcare people are for use, but for local people,
yeah.
it's something that and it, at least it prevents the amount of secretions or the amount of cough and stuff like that.
Because when you look at Freetown, when I see the videos, them where they come in, AYV and other, local TVs, them, a lot of people, most of the people they were they see with masks, now they're government officials, them. The local people, they know they get no mask at all.
Right, that because again, so the people that have official people, regular people, and the regular people are really the people who need to, because they are the ones that once it gets into them, it will spread so much faster, you know.
Yeah.
If you look at Salopo people, right, we have a much younger population, so to get infected and not really show a lot of symptoms. Because most of these people, the majority of the 61, they're not in the hospital. They have they have like no symptoms. The majority, I think 50 something,
Yeah,
they
I just
are
talk about that.
they
Let me
are
show you back.
being isolated, just being like monitored.
Yeah,
They're
let
not
me
in the
show you back.
hospital.
Okay, right now globally we get the active cases about 1,735,831. Out of that amount, there 97% then get mild symptoms or no symptoms at all. 97%, which is
Yes.
about 1,679,157. So these are the danger part of this disease. You know.
This is based, hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is based on people that have been tested. So imagine the ones that have not been tested, right? If you've been get the past 2 months, if you've been get some cold symptom for a day, you just get fresh cold, you move on. You could have it and not even know because nobody tested you. And today you will not get tested even in the US. If you just get mild symptoms, you might not get tested, except if you're a healthcare worker or you're a certain age. Likely, you're not going to get.
Yeah.
So when you look at that, the number that they reported is very low.
Yeah. Number,
You know.
So this tells we say probably the people that will get infected with this disease are 3 times than what we know of today. I'm talking about globally.
Oh, Abu, I think it's. I 2 weeks ago, we thought, we were like, we have nothing. We had a case. We were actually very, we're proud of what we're doing something right? And this past 2 weeks, I, that has just changed. Thank you. The number of cases gotten out of control. Like I said, most of these people, you look at them, have no symptoms.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, they might, because the way we're testing now is that, you know.
This brings me to during January, December time, some of you been get some kind of funny sickness where when they say maybe na the change of weather or something like that. Na Arizona na February, then some of the weather begin change and all those type of things. Now that I begin to think, okay, does this mean actually this kind of disease? Do we have this disease actually? God just made me because we're so lucky, because of our immune system. But we're not gonna know until we get tested. Right now, no matter what somebody say, you not go get 100% say I not get this disease, right?
No. You cannot. And I'll text them to you. Well, not. In Washington State, was doing like when the sample of the flu test they then do the. So whichever sample they take from you, when they get the results, they keep those swabs for study then, except for see how the virus will behave. So these swabs from the flu started back in January. They had of start looking at this flu from like October.
Yeah.
They start finding when they run, some of them are coming positive.
Yeah. We don't know what's this disease
know about
us.
it.
This is the problem. So this disease been only around for longer than what they tell we.
Yeah, and another season was that a lot of we flu tests, because we do the rapid flu test, most of them were coming back negative. A lot of them were coming back. Somebody gets, when you look at the symptoms, like everything looks like that.
Therefore,
when you do the rapid test,
false,
coming back
false negative or false positive.
No, it was because it was in the. Let's look at the flu at that time, right? Because not being about corona.
Well, it is very, very interesting, and this is very, very scary. Very, very scary too. Yeah, it's very, very scary too. Anyway, I don't know what we're going to do right now.
We can do. There are things we can do.
Yeah, nothing. Absolutely. This is.
Yeah, I'm not somebody that's too big.
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes people say prayers and then that means they stop doing other things that they need to do. So there are things we can do. Avoid crowded places.
Yeah. Those are protective, preventive measures. Yeah.
If you have, do as much as you can. If you have the means, I know it's very hard in salon, but if you have means, not everybody in your household is going. Only the people who are supposed to go out. Only one person out. the rest of the family just need to stay home, stay in your compound.
Yeah.
Avoid visitors. Avoid your aunts just one can send you. No, avoid all those type of things at this point. Avoid it. Fruit as much as you can. Like every because for people they live on hands and mouth. They get for go sell out for make they can cook. So it's very in that case, whatever way you can live. Not everybody, not the kids, all that stuff. Read people.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think we don't give a lot of information today. I just want to reiterate quickly before we left. Africa, 26,677 cases. And out of that, we get about 1,244 deaths so far as of today, 22nd of April. And the people that wouldn't recover, 7,322 cases. And Sierra Leone, you get 61 cases. Then Liberia, we get about 101 cases, and the number keeps going up, So thank you very much, Bashir, for coming in and giving some kind of, highlight into the danger where this thing don't bring that this wall here. And like as we say, please stay indoors. Please, they are your hosts. And I want to emphasize this. Sierra Leoneans and our people, the way too religious. We religious, na so, and it's very, very good to be religious. But at a time like this, pray na you host, especially the Muslims them. Pray na you host. No say, look, the mosque just near me now, so they go pray the quick for can cut fast. No, pray na you host. Don't go out. Okay? So thank you very much, Bashir. So that was Mohammed Bashiru. Now, he did at the medical field, so he gets a lot for explaining about this virus. These are some of the frontline, workers for this dangerous disease, So I think that's it for tonight. We'll go see you back tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. Saturday is the main broadcast where we broadcast 12 o'clock p.m. Arizona time, which is now 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, and 2 o'clock Pacific time, California time. So that's what we broadcast. But I hope this able help now. And we're able for also help now for allowing able to talk to our brothers and sisters back home for know the danger of this coronavirus. Okay, Tata.